lost
You're
it.
live in Edinburgh.
Say it.
You're live in Edinburgh.
Hello. We're back.
You're back. I was always
Ooh.
here. I was okay.
I'm back from the dead. My voice, if you can hear, is still a little bit lower than normal. So I would say I'm like 95% back. Hopefully by tomorrow I'll be 100%. It was a rough couple of days. It was a really rough couple of days. COVID is going around here. The Fringe Flu is going around here. And that's basically...
Seen lots of like red noses. And
people's hygiene too is just...
questionable.
I don't even want to get into that, but it just...
Well,
the
I
amount of
talked about it on
nose picking and snot blowing and people just like full on like in their hands, and then I'm like, oh,
on the bus.
I just want to slather myself in sanitizer. It's just bad. So I'm not surprised that there's like COVID outbreaks here, and I was surprised to get the Fringe Flu. That is the freaking worst. I'm like, I prepared for everything. One of my biggest worries was that I wasn't going to have the stamina here, and I feel freaking great. Like when I perform my shows, like to perform shows and sightsee and do other things, great. I was worried I wouldn't be able to do it with my voice because I don't have a microphone. Voice is great. And then that was my first worry, was that I messed up my throat. I thought I'd done something to my vocal cords. Yeah. I didn't even register to me that I got the flu. It wasn't until, so Friday I woke up and I was like, oh, my voice just feels a little weird. Maybe I can still do the show. And oh boy, no sound came out when I tried to sing. So I literally ended up having to speak the songs and do like a spoken word kind of thing. The audience was quite lovely.
Yeah, which was good. It was okay. It was good. It still worked. It just didn't have the impact of obviously the music.
It was bad. So then Saturday, I was like, nope. And then full blown Saturday, I had like the sweats and the chills and the body aches, and I had the cough, and my nose was runny and stuffy, and my throat, I couldn't even swallow. I was like taking pictures. My throat was like bright red. Like, oh, it was brutal. And then Sunday was a rest day. So I literally did nothing except I literally like laid in bed. I literally stayed in my pajamas and like I went from the couch to the bed, to the couch, to the bed, to the couch, to the bed, to the shower. Because I kept trying to get the steam. I was taking like 3 showers a day, trying to help the steam to like sweat things out. And then I really wanted to do the show yesterday, but I just couldn't hit the notes. There was just still too much swelling, like in my throat, and I couldn't do it. So this morning I was like, you know what? I'm just going to call it, because at that point there was only 1 ticket sold. And that's kind of
Sunday morning you called it.
Yeah. And that's kind of the weird thing here is that like even today, which we'll kind of share quickly, I only had like 5 tickets sold, and then I ended up having 18 people. Like it's the craziest thing when in your mind you think you're going to have a small audience, and then you come out from behind the curtain, and I'm like,
where did everyone come from?
Whoa, I'm like, that's a full house. So that was pretty cool. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to call it at 1 ticket sale, because I know that the closer I get to showtime, I called it on Sunday for Monday, because I was like, I know if I wake up Monday morning, 1's going to turn into 3, is going to turn into 5, or whatever it's going to be. And I don't want, people are making their plans, and I want to be respectful of people. So that was a really hard decision, but it was the right decision, because it just wouldn't have been a quality show. It just wouldn't have been good. The only bummer was that, as I said, there was a Fringe Industry, a British theater programmer. I haven't seen her come back. I haven't seen her book a ticket to come back. So, the lesson of, as everyone's been saying to me, if it's meant for me, it's for me. And if it's not meant for me, then it's not meant for me. So I got up this morning and I slept in. And I did my voice warm-ups, and I was like, you know what? I'm like 95% there. I have to take it easy. I can't push the way I normally do. I have to do like a little bit of a lighter, more intimate show, but I can do it. So I did it, and there were 18 people, and they were great.
Yeah.
They were laughing at everything. They were really interactive.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really having fun breaking the fourth wall and like playing with the audience. Even today when I was like, you think Shame won? Yeah. I'm like, do ya? And they're like, no. It's like very cool. So I'm having a blast breaking the fourth wall and like having audience interaction. I added a line right after Not Going Back, when Greg proposes. When Warrioress comes out, she used to say, "Oh, hell yeah!" But damn, that was a harsh goodbye. And now she says, "Go into the chapel," and then I'm like, "Do you know it? Do you know it?" And then the whole audience goes, "Gonna get married," and they laugh and they giggle and they love that. So I'm just finding these like pockets of joy, which is new for me, because I think, if I'm going to be 100% honest, I think I still had some emotions about my story. And I think I still had some emotions about how I felt about it and how I felt about, it's weird. Like I don't want this live to go on forever and ever and ever. I want to keep it concise tonight. Because I do have to rest my voice, but I think there's this piece of you that is always there is always kind of something missing. Like, even though you have joy and love and happiness and in your whole, I think there's this little chip that is there when you don't have the love and support that you deserve, that we all deserve from the people who have raised us, or some sort of sense of a maternal or parental figure in some way. And I think there's this piece of me that there's just this like little chip that kind of tarnished a little bit of it. And I think I was holding on to that chip for a long time. And now I don't care anymore. Like, I'm free. Like, I don't have any judgments. I don't have any grief. I don't have any shame. I don't have any anger. I don't have any emotion around it other than joy. And I just love performing. I love singing. I love these songs. I love this story. I love what it does for people. Like, someone just messaged me. It was really cute, actually. It was the lady who, if you remember, I put the little thing on my hat, the little corsage, tartan corsage thing.
Yeah, tartan.
I put it on my hat, and she came to the show. She's like, "Hi."
You met her at the market.
And I'm like, "Oh my God, I remember you." She's like, "Yeah, you bought the little thing on the little tartan pin off me." And I was like, "Oh my God, yes." And she brought her friend and she came, and then they had to run after, but I just messaged her on Instagram and I said, "Oh my God, thank you so much for coming. It meant so much to me." And she was like, "Wow, we loved your show." And she said, on the walk home, my friend and I just kept talking about our own family and our own dynamics and our own boundaries and our own good and our own bad. And she was like, it was just this really insightful walk back home. And then she was really cute. She said, "It always amazes me." She goes, "It's amazing how loving you are as a person, like having overcome that, and thank you for your story," kind of thing. So it's just, it's interesting to have this joy. Thank you, Pam, to have this joy in it. Like, joy was not something I had in doing this. It felt like work. It felt like struggle. It felt like getting it right. It felt like being the best at it. Like, it just, it didn't feel like joy. And now it's like pure joy. And it's a huge perspective shift. Is I was so caught up, as you couldn't tell, in like the reviews and the stars and the things. And now I'm just like, I want to have fun to the end. Like, what a gift when you're sick and all you can do is like lay in bed and think. You really think about what a gift it is when you're back up on your feet, and what a gift it is to be able to do the work that you do. Because when you're sick, it sucks. You can't do anything. And it's like, you really appreciate your body and your voice and your mind and your heart and your soul. And I just realized the joy in being able to be here and doing this. Warrioress has gotten so much more playful. Again, when I first built that character, I built her as like, she is fighting off shame. Like, she is a warrioress. And the wording is still right. But she's kind of like fun, like a prankster,
Yeah. She has more fun for sure now.
Like she's playful. Like she's just playful now. She's not at all like when she's talking to Shame and she's like, I'm sick of your bullshit. Get the hell out of here. She's strong.
She's strong now.
But when she's talking to the audience, she's playful. She's joyous. She's funny, you know, and that's been just really healing and kind of fun to play. And I realized that the skills that I'm building on the review that I got was really amazing. And I got to 4-star finally. Jeez, my God, right? Oh, somebody who gets it. And they're the nice part is Musical Theater Review is accredited. They're like the real deal. They're not just like some random person that got to be a fringe industry person and like give their review. No offense to them, but like I'm like, okay, Musical Theater Review is legit, a legit like publication, a legit reviewer, or a legit thing. So to get 4 stars from them was amazing, because 5 stars is actually quite hard to get. That's like, you know, so to get 4 out of 5 is great. Yeah, they are not students. No. They are not just someone with an opinion that wants to go see a show and call themselves a critic, which there are a lot of those out here. And they said, powerful in its telling, the subtle changes between each character was perfection, which me and Jean-Louis worked really hard on. When I was working with my last director and the last group, they were doing this technique called the turn technique. So if you've seen the show, it's like you turn out of one character to become another character. And Jean-Louis was like, no, that's like a waste of energy. Like, we're going to make these subtle shifts as you morph from one character to the next, because you need your energy. Like you don't want to waste energy for the sake of like wasting energy. Like you have to channel that energy and that breath work into the purpose of your play and the purpose of each character. So that made me like so excited. And then it said each character was like, I forgot how she worded it, but it was like each character was incredibly distinct in their own personality. And that was the biggest win for me, is that what I realized about myself is that I absolutely love character work. I love building characters. I love creating characters. Because when you create a good character, they're not a caricature of someone. When you see them on television and the actor's done their work, they're like a real person. You're like, oh, I'm like that. Or, you know, my brother's like that, or my sister's like that, or my aunt's like that, or my cousin's like that, or I went to school with somebody exactly like that. What did Pam say?
Oh, she was saying the reviewers should say student without experience.
Exactly. Like, who are these students? Who knows, right? The ones I got were... Anywho,
moving on.
The 4-star just cancels out all that. You don't even have to talk about like the old stuff, right? But I realized how much I love character work and I love studying people. And I had this like full circle moment, because in my show I talk about how being raised by narcissists could be a gift. And that was one of like the hardest things in therapy. It was like, it's a gift that was given to you. And I'm like, no, it was absolutely freaking not. Nobody ever asks to be like abused by their parents. But what it did show me that I thought about was that, so in order for me to be safe when I was a kid, I had to pick up on every little subtle move, every little subtle change. Like, you know what I mean? Like if I walked in the kitchen and my mom had a look on her face, I was like, oh shit, she's pissed. I need to compliment her and tell her how much I love her and how much her cooking is like the best, or how much the house looks really clean and nice, or thank her for like making my lunch today. And I could just tell it in like the way her eyes would move, or the way she would carry her body, or the tone of her, you know, she might be saying something to me, but the tone of it was totally different. And it's like when you grow up with a narcissist, or you're raised by a narcissist, you know how to morph. You pick up on those subtle changes and you morph yourself to manipulate the environment to stay safe. Mm-hmm. And what that did was gave me this highly intuitive sense of, when someone says something, I know if they mean it or they don't. When someone's walking a certain way, I know what that says about you. Like, every way, from the way your voice sounds, to the way you move your eyes, to your lips, to your mouth, to your body, to the posture of your body, to the cadence of the way you talk, to your motivations and the way you see the world. I love creating characters. And a lot of people ask, like, how do you write a play? Like, how do you do this? How did you write your play? And it appears like I did it in like chronological order of my life, which was true. That was kind of the, overarching thing, but I created the characters first. And then the characters informed the story. Yeah. So being a character actor will serve me for the life of whatever I decide to do in this industry. Yeah. Well, I mean, even I was thinking about that when you guys saw, I did the TV, if you saw it, I did the TV commercial like a few months ago in July, I think that, or no, I forget when that was. April, I think that was. It was supposed to come out in July. I never saw it. I have to look for it. But even when we were like creating the wardrobe, when I was the wardrobe fitting, she mentioned to me, the wardrobe person was like, you're so invested. Because I was like, why don't we give her glasses? That was my idea, to wear those glasses. Yeah. And then like we had like 5 or 6 different outfits. And I was like, what about this? And what about this? And I was like, zip this up. And she was like, people usually just stand there and go like, dress me. What do you want me to wear? And she's like, you were like having she goes, nobody like has dialogue with me. Like, she's like, that was really fun. She goes, you were the most fun I had today fitting you. Because she's like, we just had this like really cool dialogue about like what this quirky aunt, what her backstory is, and like why she would wear what she wears. And that's what I love. I love creating characters. So I realized that when you're a great character actor and you can bring any character to life, that's a huge plus kind of in this industry. So regardless as to what happens at Fringe, I've given myself the gift of joy in this whole process, which is something that I struggle with in so many areas in my life. I just struggle finding the joy. I'm always climbing the next mountain. I'm always achieving the next thing.
What's next? I'm
always pushing towards the next thing. So to really just revel in the joy, it's cool. Like even Warrioress, like sometimes I give her an extra second just to enjoy what she's saying and doing. And enjoy the wins when she kicks Shane's butt. Yeah. Like I allow her to enjoy the win. And I think that's like a metaphor of my life right now. And then just being a character actor, I just love it. I love it. And that's the piece that I think is going to serve me no matter what I do in this industry and where the show goes. I won't share because we're already talking for a bit, but I have some thoughts about, I'm going to change the name of the play.
Maybe tomorrow.
I'll share that with you later. The name of the play is going to change.
Maybe Sunday.
I want to develop Warrioress a little bit more. I want to do a little bit more character work with her. That's come out. And I'm just like shocked that like 18 people came today. I thought for sure, I was like, oh man, with like, cause we had like 12 people or so, I think and that was like pre-ticket sales. So I probably would have ended up with like 20 some the day that I canceled. Mm-hmm. And then who knows what would happen on the Saturday. It was like a big audience. And I thought for sure, oh, I'm screwed. Like they're not going to come back. Like they're moving on. Like it's going to be so hard to pick this momentum back up. But for me as an actor, I picked right back up like where I left off. Abby was my tech.
Awesome.
Beautiful Abby. She rocked it. She did amazing.
Lovely as always.
She's so lovely. I adore her. She's great. We started on time.
Yep.
Which was lovely. There was though, what the hell? There was like, I don't know if it was a garbage truck.
Sounded like they were like
a
ripping up the street or something with like rock grinder.
For like a good and I'm talking like 15 minutes.
It was a while. Yeah, it was a while.
10 minutes. It was like I'm like, what?
Yeah, it'd almost be like the sound like if you ever heard your tires getting balanced at like the mechanics.
Oh my God. It was like a rock grinder.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. It's like they were like, let's go right to the vent where this theater show is
No,
happening.
that's the sad part. It was
Let's
probably
take
like,
rocks and put it in a blender
it's probably like the end
right outside.
other end of the street. That's the sad part.
It was so loud, and I'm just like, oh my dear God, I'm just gonna roll with it. Like I can't even. And then there were people talking, and same thing at some point. Somebody was like laughing really loudly, and I was just like, welcome to Distractionville. It's where we live here. So I was going to comment on the rock grinder, but then I was like, it was at like a more serious part in the play.
Yeah, and
so it wasn't really like appropriate. Like if I had the appropriate character to kind of comment, I would have. But
you let Shane. Shane does all the talking when that happens.
So what was your take? You guys were amazing. You went and put my stickers.
I thought it was great. Like for coming back after the flu or whatever. It was a great show. It was great. The audience was, I'd say,
amazing.
The best, if not one of the top 3 best that we've had here.
Very involved.
Which was lovely to kind of come back to that.
They even clapped after the sad songs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
They never clap after Good Girls though.
Lots of feedback. Well, yeah, because it's not appropriate.
It's like
it's your.
But then Shane makes a joke about it.
Exactly.
I say, "Oh, you don't want to clap after that one, do you?" And then everybody starts laughing. So that's kind of like
clapping.
And that's like the improv that I enjoy. What were you gonna say? I don't remember.
No, that's it. Like I was just gonna say, like they were like really positive. They were a great crowd.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the win.
Yep.
Audiences keep coming. I did not play the flyer game here. We did not flyer. We did not hand out flyers.
Not very much.
I don't go and flyer every day. It's just weird to me. I mean, I know it works. People are claiming that they're getting butts and seats and it's working and it's great. But I'm just choosing to like what will be will be. And thank you everybody for like lifting me up because I'm not normally like a negative Nelly, but I was definitely feeling negative the last like 3 days.
It's easy to. I think it's easy to let in here.
I realized the last thing I'll say. Is that I don't have a healthy relationship with social media. Like I need to really check myself because I should say I don't have a healthy relationship with social media. I compare a lot.
Yeah, you let it influence your decisions.
Like somebody today, like even was like in passing that I saw after the show, and she was like, "Oh my God, it's got a 5-star," and I'm like, "Oh my God!" And then I was on this like radio podcast, and they like asked me to do this thing, and then I just found out like 5 freaking stars. Holy crap! And I'm like, "Congratulations!" I was like, "Lisa, be nice." Be happy, be happy, be happy, be happy.
No,
you
were pumped for her.
I was. And I am genuinely, like, I don't want to act like I'm not happy for other people. Of course I'm happy for other people. I just start to go, well, what about, why do I feel less than?
When is my turn? When's my turn?
Like, I feel less than. And that's like this, that's the stupid, like, that's so stupid in thinking. Like, that's wasted energy. So, I realize that I have to do some work around that. Like, you can be happy for someone's success. It's like, I'm happy for your success and I feel less than.
Yeah.
And I just want to be happy for your success. Like I want to release the, that negative part that you don't need. And it's like when you're here and Twitter is like the big thing, like every single post is like 5-star, 5-star, 4-star. The Scotsman said this and Broadway Baby did this. And I got nominated for this award and I got shortlisted for this. And I don't got any of that. I came here hoping for that and I didn't get any of it. So it's like, okay, cool. Back to the drawing board of like, that still doesn't mean though that my show's not good and that I'm not serving people and I'm not here doing the purpose. Of course. So it's like letting go of all of that has been, when I got sick, I was just like, none of that shit even freaking matters. Like we were going to flyer and I'm like, it doesn't matter. And then I was going to reach out to my PR person and I was going to say, like, we should ask more critics to come. Like, I got 4 stars. Yeah. Like, we should be telling people and we should be asking more critics to come. And I was like, I don't even want them there. I don't even care. I don't even want them there. It doesn't even matter. I don't care about that anymore. Yep. So,
well, you're having fun now. You're enjoying it.
Having fun. I'm just
the last 4
living
days.
In the joy. We got 4 more shows? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
That's it. It's a wrap.
4 more shows. Just doing this thing is a win. My God, this is insane. With all the distractions and the things and Just being here and showing up is a win.
Yep.
So
agreed.
And I wouldn't be able to do it without you and Oliver.
Mm-hmm.
My God.
We got you.
And I wouldn't be able to do it without you, Pam and Barbara and Ellen and everybody who's like Celine, everybody who's reaching out and I'm having conversations with. And yeah, it's nice. That is the positive of social media, is when it's used as a support.
Yep.
And we can lean on each other and support each other and celebrate with each other. And, that's the cool part. So, I think it's important to share. I think people a lot of times always say to me, like, you're so happy and you're so positive and you're always so perfect. No, I struggle with comparisonitis.
Yep.
I struggle with imposter syndrome. I was like, what is laying in bed, hacking up a lung? I'm like, what is the lesson? What is the lesson? Like, I'm negative, it's not always rainbows and sunshine. We all have different things that challenge us in different ways. And, that's the beauty, I think, of stretching yourself and doing big things. So many people don't even have the courage to do a big thing. And I know it's cliche, but it's true. It isn't about the end. It's about who you become, along the journey. And I'm just really proud.
Process.
Yeah. I have a newfound love of this show, and I'm not done developing it yet either. Like, I have different things I want to do to it, and it's in development. I have the joy, and I'm running clean, running free, which is good.
Back at it tomorrow.
One of Jean-Louis' friends, Chris Dolan, who's just lovely. He came to the show in the very beginning. He's in Glasgow, which is a train ride away. He's coming back to see the show, and we might go for a dinner or a walk or something after.
Something would be lovely.
We had a 3-hour dinner today.
Yeah, it's lovely.
It was absolutely lovely.
Yeah.
They don't rush anything here.
As long as you get in on time.
It's crazy.
As long as you get in before 9.
It's crazy.
Good.
One thing I promised we're going to do when we get back home is walk more.
Yeah.
We walked 20 minutes to dinner.
Yeah, we walk at least a minimum of an hour a day.
And it's just, I feel so good walking so much. We just, you get spoiled with your car back home at the fresh air and the sunshine. Oh, it's a good one. I can't wait to share with you.
It's coming. Don't worry.
I'll tell you. Don't worry. I got to leave some to
be part of it.
But I'm going to go shower, rest my voice. We've been watching Schitt's Creek, which I love. Moira Rose is a brilliant character. If you've ever watched that, watch her. Next time if you watch Schitt's Creek,
David,
watch the wigs, the way she dresses, the wigs that she wears. She is a brilliant character.
The personality she gave
She is the inflection in the voice, the way she speaks. Right? The reason, Schitt's Creek is so good for so many reasons, but they're so in their their character development is so strong, and that's why you love that show, because David and Alexis and Johnny and Roland and Twyla, they're just all in their character, and they're so believable, and that's why, that's just why that show works. I want to be Moira Rose when I grow up. She's so funny. Oh, so good. So, anywho, that's what we're going to do. And then we'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for hanging with me through everything and sending me all your loves and support and all the good stuff. I felt it. I needed it. You guys are here with me, and it means so much to me. And I love you. And I'll let you know how tomorrow goes. You want to say anything else?
No, I'm good. I'm tired.
Okay. Spoken like the truth.
Spoken like the truth.
All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.